Good morning, Cooper, Friedman, and now City Electric. Eddie Miro here, your RTB rep, which stands for Raco, Tamac, and Bell. So today with me is Bill O'Neill, our regional manager, and Bill's got the entire Cooper, Friedman City footprint that he covers for RTB. So it's great. We have one uniform voice bringing the message throughout the whole entire Cooper, Friedman City Electric family. Bill, thank you for being here today.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Yep. So we're going to go through some new products today. We're going to cover both the residential side of the business and the commercial side. So without further ado, let's begin on the resi side.
Okay, good morning, everybody. Hope you're all having a good Wednesday morning. Want to go over a few new products. The first product that we just introduced, in fact, Eddie probably, if he hadn't gotten it yet, he'll get it soon. This is our 297 Old Work pan, and we just introduced it in the last 2 weeks. Basically, what it's designed to do is for mounting fixtures in existing walls or ceilings where the contractor has very limited depth. It could be a problem from either a gas pipe, water pipe, vent pipe, any kind of piping behind the wall that they don't really see until after they open up the wall. It's also great for soffit applications.
Great. And just so you know, guys, it is now on order coming into the CDC. So you branch managers out there, please pull the box 10 to a box. So at least try a box, bring it into your branch, especially the residential branches. This is an absolute home run.
As you can see there, there's a bracket on the back of it that you loosen the wing net on the front, and it enables the contractor to put the pan box on the sheetrock for half-inch and 5/8 drywall, and just tighten that wing nut down, and they're all set. A 6-pound fixture rating. Okay, so it's not a 50-pound or anything like that. It's a 6-pound fixture rating.
So great for like wall sconces?
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. As Eddie said, there's 10 in a carton. For those of you that want to buy a pallet, there's 3,600 on a pallet. The UPC is loaded there, everything you need. The price, your price is $1.95. Go ahead. Just a couple of examples of different wall obstructions that contractors run into all the time, and shows how this is a perfect solution for those obstructions. The next thing we came out with very recently is our outdoor weatherproof switch cover. What's nice about this is typically in outdoor applications, for weatherproof applications, you have to have, and we have it in our Bell offering, is that toggle switch. Well, those toggle switches are not very nice looking, and in today's environment where more and more people are making their outdoor living area fancier. Go ahead and you can.
Yep. Plus that bat wing is red, so who wants something red in a beautiful outdoor kitchen, right?
Right. So whether it's a pool and deck application or a fire pit application or outdoor bar application, these are much nicer. They're for the Decora switch. They work on any Decora brand. They work better on Hubbell, but but they work on any Decora brand. On the inside, the back side of it, there's a rubber sealant. So basically, when they just press the switch, it works. It activates the switch the same way it would if it wasn't on there. It just it rocks the switch the same way, and there's the weatherproof seal behind there, so it won't leak. Again, from a color standpoint, in 1 and 2 gang and 3 gang, they all come in gray. The single gang also comes in white and bronze at this time.
All of which is in stock at the CDC.
Right. There is one part number that does come with a rocker, a Decora switch in it, but most of the product comes without a switch, so whatever you're using or whatever the contractor's using on the job for their Decora switches, they can buy the covers without the switch and use it with the switch that they have.
Right.
Go ahead. For those that bring them into your your branch. We have a display to put on your counter. You see it there in the picture. It just has a little bit of it's not very large. It doesn't take up a lot of footprint, but it basically is a cutaway of the cover in use with a switch, so you can see how the cover switch activates the actual Decorah switch.
Any branches, any of you branch managers in particular, the residential branches that want one, just email me, and I'll take care of it, and I'll have it sent up to your branch.
Yeah, and since you guys are fed from, basically what typically happens is when a distributor places an order for the covers, then we add one of those to the order. But since you guys are fed from the CDC, we'll have to track that a little differently. Yep. So let Eddie know, and we'll get you, when you pull inventory from the CDC and you're going to be stocking them at your branch, we can get one of these sent to you.
We will make it happen for you.
Okay. This other product we came out with not quite, probably 9 months ago. Again, this is along the Resi line, but basically this product, it's a while in use application. And a lot of people don't like bubble covers on their homes. Many people use the Arlington recessed boxes, particularly in new construction. This was our answer to the Arlington product. The features of this are, one, the line consists of 3 SKUs. There's a gray one, there's a white one, and there's a bronze one. And within that, there's 3 components. There's the box itself, there's the flange for your siding, whether it be vinyl siding or cedar siding or any type of siding, and then you have your the flip cover for your while in use application. So this product can be used on stucco, it can be used on brick, it can be used on wood with the various types of siding for new construction and for old work applications.
And for vertical mounts and horizontal mounts. So it's basically an all-in-one unit. Okay, so you don't have to stock separate SKUs for vertical mounts, separate SKUs for horizontal mounts. So this thing does it all. So it really, really is a great item. Any contractors that I've shown it to in the last 6 to 9 months absolutely love it. They get it. They love the fact that they only got to keep one item on the truck. So it really, really is a heck of a labor saver for both the contractor and from an inventory standpoint for you guys. And then we also offer the additional colors, right? We also offer white and bronze, right? So 3 SKUs, as Bill said.
And the other feature to it, whether you if they buy a gray or bronze or white, and then somewhere down the road, the owner of the home wants to paint their house a color and they want to paint this, they can paint this and they won't have any problem with it peeling.
Yeah, there you see both the white and the bronze. And that's our competitor. And as I mentioned, look at all the SKUs that you have to choose from. If you're going that route, with us, it's 1 SKU. In this case, it's a total of 3 if you wanted to stock all 3 colors.
And if you would like, all you have to do is ask Eddie if you want a sample for your counter. Feel free to ask Eddie. We can get you a sample. We'll get you, whatever color you want. You only need one to show, but it's essentially the same for all 3 colors. But all you have to do is ask Eddie to get you a sample, and he'll ask me, and we'll make sure you get it.
Excellent. That's a sell sheet, guys. You can see the 3 SKUs there. So if you don't want a sample, if you want to put one of those at the counter, I know we've got these stand-up clear glasses we can slide it into, so it doesn't take up a lot of room on the counter. And it does meet heavy-duty specifications, okay? So that's important too. Okay, we're going to get into the commercial side of the business now. We're going to talk Stabbits. We have an entire family of products, so we're going to go through a few of them now.
Okay, so last year, or in December, we talked about this product, but as I stated at that time, this is a developing product and will continue to be developing. So when we showed it to you back in December, a couple of these items we didn't have. The message we're trying to get across to you is that this is a game changer for the sales organization within Cooper, the Cooper family. We don't sell this to many of your competitors that you sell against. We're not selling it through Gray Bar. We're not selling it through a bunch of other guys that you compete against day in and day out. Unlike selling standard 4-square boxes on a job where they're using MC cable, currently everybody is doing the same thing. They're giving a price on a box, giving a price on a CJ6, giving a price on the fitting to go in it, giving a price on the grounding pigtail, and every distributor, no matter what brand they stock, they're doing the same process. And then everybody, it's a race to the bottom on price. And so it makes it very competitive for everybody involved. What we're trying to do here is differentiate ourselves as a manufacturer and enabling you as our distributor to differentiate yourself from the distributors that we don't sell through. So what this enables you to do is, depending on the application, a contractor, in this particular case, he's ordering one SKU, and he's getting his box, his grounding pigtail, and his first means of support, and the equivalent of 2 fittings. So when you guys are pricing things up, you can give him one part number for the application that he needs to do a certain thing. And we have various types of boxes to meet different applications. So in this case, this is the way it's shipped. The first means of support is tucked in the box, and then when you go to install it, you just fold it up, and it stands up like so, and then it's holding your MC cable in. This is just one SKU of about 20 in the product line. This product here, it's hard to see, but we can get, hopefully, if you look in here, you can see 2 stab-it fittings. That's the equivalent of 4 MC connectors. So in a switch application, a contractor's doing a switch application, most of the time what they're doing now, they're coming into the top of the box with a fitting, coming in with 2, and then they have a whip going around, coming in through the bottom. This box here takes away that whole process and makes it so they can go in. There's 4 ports going across the top. So in a switch application, you just prise open the ports he needs, stabs in the MC cable, and moves on with life. So it's a great labor saver for them. Okay, go ahead. Basically, what I'm showing here is what the design of the fitting body or the insert to the body looks like. So if you look at that oval section in the fitting, that's a rounded edge, and because it's a rounded edge, the contractor does not have to use the red hat, okay, except for AC cable. All right. Okay. So how's this important to the contractor? So currently the process is a contractor, he's putting together a bill of material, and somebody at the contractor's looking at the drawings, and then they put together a count. They need X number of thousands of boxes, X number of thousands of pigtails, X number of thousands of fittings, X number of, and the whole process, and they put together a list, and then they ship it off to, in many cases, every distributor in town. And then they look for a price. In this case, they can put one part number down. When it comes to the job site, they're getting one SKU in their cases, so they don't have to coordinate having all these various parts on the job site. When they get to the floor they're working on the 5th floor east wing of a job site, they can have X number of cases moved up there that day, and then the installers can just open them up and start installing, and it takes them a lot less time. So there's a lot less labor on the install. The overall transactional cost is cheaper. There's one thing that was brought up to us by contractors that have started to use this, and we added it to our savings calculation, is the waste on a job site. So currently, with traditional things, there's all kinds of waste on the floor, and then somebody's got to clean all that up, and they got to carry it to the dumpster and the whole deal. You don't have that issue with this product. Here's a description of all the various cables, configurations that works with that. So hospital grade, the whole deal. The only thing that it doesn't work on right now is luminary cable, and that's with the current design. So as it is now, luminary cable will not work with the Stabbit box.
Right, but you see there it says MCI-A. That's UL's designation for the AP cable. Okay.
That's a question that's always asked.
Yes.
So there's just a description of showing you how the inside of the fitting has that rounded edge. It's UL listed for use without a red hat, except for AC cable. One question that's asked frequently by people, because this fitting is installed at the factory, and somebody will ask, what does that mean for deductions? It's one deduction. And some boxes will have a fitting on top and a fitting on the bottom. Whether there's one fitting or two fittings, it's one deduction. So that's something that you should know. We have switch boxes, both the deeper ones and the shallower boxes. Go ahead. And then you have your basic products. And this is not a complete offering. This is just a sampling of what we currently have. At the present time, we do not have a 4 11/16 box, but by year end we will.
Awesome.
Okay, so that's a new, and I'm told that the 4 11/16 design will be able to be used on luminary cable.
Awesome.
Just a example of how a picture of how the first means of support is. So they just snap the cable in, bend up that first means of support, and pry the metal pieces back on the support, and they've got themselves covered. Okay, go to the next step. All right, so this thing here is very important. So selling this, the trick to selling this is not to do the standard way of pricing your customer. Currently today, you're going to give them a price on a 4-square box. You're going to give them a price on all the various component parts. And what this spreadsheet is showing, if you look at the blue columns, that would be, and it's just a sample of pricing. If, let's say you sold it to a box, a 4-square deep, to your customer for 90 cents, you showed, if you look at the second line down, the 232 MS, if you sold a 4-square for 90 cents, a TEB 23 for, and I think that number's changed to something else, but at the equivalent around $1.50. If you sold 2 Arlington snap-in fittings for about 70 cents a piece, and if you sold a grounding pigtail for 28 cents, all those component parts would be $4.08. Okay, your cost on the 232 MS is $3.17. So if you sold the 232 MS at $4.08, your margin would be 22.3%. Okay. Now you have what we don't want you to do is say, okay, well I typically mark up my boxes 6 or 8% on a job, so I'm going to mark this up 6 or 8%. You're going to leave an awful lot of money on the table.
So the key is A, the labor savings is immense, and B, he's not handling all these different cartons from these various manufacturers to put everything together. So, and this has been, so we can get this tool supplied to you in a working Excel spreadsheet. So if you have a customer that you're quoting a job and you want to plug in, okay, well typically I sell them a 4-square deep box for, maybe 75 cents. Plug that in and plug in what you typically sell the fitting for, and just adjust it for that particular customer to see what that pink column would add up to, and then you can sell the Stabbit box at that same level, and it'll tell you what kind of margin you're going to be making on it. So we can. That's a very, very important. It's a great tool.
Okay, along that lines, and because of the success we've had with Stab It, we introduced this product, and this product has really taken off quite well. We call this our Grand Slam. Really where this came from, one of our competitors, and I'll tell you who it is, it's Kraus-Heinz, has a home run box, and we had been asked by people all over the country to come up with a home run box to compete against this, and we call our Grand Slam box. And here's a little play on words there, but really what we did, we offered two sizes. The box itself we make at our Wigman facility, not at our Raco facility, but the box is made at Wigman. We make two sizes, a 12 by 12 by 4, which is what I have here, and we have an 8 by 8 by 3. Both sizes come either with KOs or without. The one I have here has the KOs, but you can get it without. We have the Stab It fittings going across the top. So now all the contractor has to do in this case, he's got the ability to put 12 runs of MC cable into this box. He also has his KOs for bringing, his pipe, the whole deal. On the opposite side of where the Stab It fittings are, on the bottom side of that, there's capabilities. If, let's say they weren't going to use all 12 ports on this box, but they needed some on the bottom, they can move the Stab It connectors from the top down to the bottom. There's a screw hole here to be able to attach the fitting to, so it's already preset. Just move them. Now, when we first introduced this, people asked, can you get the fitting separately? So if you had a contractor that wanted to add the capabilities of all the ports on the bottom, could they buy fittings separately? And the answer at that point was no. That has changed. You can now get this individual fitting, order it separately to add to this box to give it more capabilities. The box comes with the cover, it comes with a ground bar, it comes with ground screws. Just a real quick story, Camp Lejeune down in North Carolina, a contractor came across this when we first came out with it. He used it on a job, saved him all kinds of time and labor, and he wrote a really nice testimonial of the product and how, and I can send that to you as well. You can just ask Eddie. We can provide that to you, and you can share that with your customer base.
Yeah, both boxes with the KOs are in stock at the CDC. As Bill mentioned, the two sizes are listed there, the 883, 12-12-4. Okay?
Okay.
And this is a behemoth of a box.
Okay, this box here. So we came out with, you might have heard about, or you've heard the terminology of 5-square box. There is a 5-square box out in the marketplace, although contractors typically are not familiar with it, and more importantly, if they do use a 5-square box, then they're forced to use 5-square covers and rings and so forth and so on, which is not conventional. Okay, so what we decided as a company to do, the reason why we did this is because contractors need more depth. So we took a 4 11/16 box, we gave it more depth, so it's 3 1/4 inches deep. We gave it the larger KOs up to 2 inches, primarily for either the 2-inch pipe or for pre-terminated data cable in instances like that. Now this particular box, what we did is we provide two other features to it. Far side support, which are attached, which all you got to do is loosen the screw, and then you can slide your support back, and that'll go out to 6-inch deep walls. The nice thing about this is you can, if the contractor needs access to on top and bottom of the larger KOs, then he would have the far side support on this side of the box out to 6-inch deep walls. But if he wanted access to the smaller KOs, top and bottom, then he's got the capability of moving the far side support to the other side of the box so it doesn't get in the way. along that same lines, you notice there's no mounting brackets on this, but we supply it with the mounting bracket. And we attach it to the inside of the box attached to a ground screw. And then all you got to do is loosen the ground screw and take out the mounting bracket. So if it's a case where a contractor needs larger KOs, it's up to 2 inch on top and bottom, he can attach this by screwing it to the side of the box. There's threaded holes over here, and now he can put it on either side of the stud without having two different SKUs and have a bracketed box. Likewise, he can do the same thing if he needs the smaller KOs, top and bottom. There's also screws on this side, screw holes threaded on this side where he can attach, and now he has access to either side of the stud with the same bracket. So one product does it all. Along that same line, we took the same box and we painted it red. Now, in some instances, depending on where you are, contractors can get away with using an unpainted box in an alarm application, but add a ring. So we can take it from 4 11/16 down to 4 square, and he can just attach his life safety device to that. In other applications, they actually need a red box. So we have the same box, painted red, with the same 4 square ring. We attach it, so going from 4 11/16 down to 4 square. Where this is important particularly is the guys that are using the voice-activated alarms. Those strobes, they have that deep, they need a deep box. So it's a great application for that.
And the red boxes, as you guys, most of you guys know, is the 911 series.
The product that I'll push again, you guys stock these. I'm not sure if everybody is aware of it, but we came out with these two SKUs, an 808U and an 809U. That's the single gang and the double gang for where you see the rectangular for GFI applications. But it enables you, the 808U gives you 3 configurations. The 808U gives you 6 configurations. And then we didn't have this the last time we did this. The 811U has the round for the 3 different sizes. So now that's a brand new SKU. This is great for guys on their service trucks. Guy goes out on a call, he thinks he's got a certain exposed work cover, he goes out to the truck to get it, he doesn't have it, he's got to run to a supply house, burn gas, burn time, and you know, waste a lot of money to pick up a very inexpensive item.
All-in-one exposed cover. It's great for the trucks, as Bill said. And made in the USA. Yeah.
Here's another situation, our universal insulated bushings. So really, in any application where you guys are selling insulating bushings from 2.5 up through 4 inch, this covers you for both rigid and EMT, because the pipe itself, once you get to 2.5, as you know, 2.5 and up to 4 inch, the OD is the same. So that enables us to offer the that's where the universal name comes. You can do it on both types of conduit. And basically, the guy just puts it around his conduit, slips this tail in through this head, just like a cable tie would, and it makes it so it's on there. So instead of selling a full circle insulated bushing, you can sell him this. And then he'll have those, if he runs into a situation where he forgot to put it on, or it tore, or it fell off, or whatever the case may be, he can go in after the fact and put this on. So from 2.5 up through 4, we have this capability. The question that's asked most often to me is, do you have it from 2 inch and down? And the answer, now we don't. The reason why is because we can't call it the universal, because from 2 inches down, the ODs on the types of conduit are different. But there is talk that we're going to offer this same design for both rigid and EMT, but it won't be called a universal. But it will be a split bushing. but currently that's only 2.5 up through 4. And last but not least is this product here. Again, great for guys on service trucks. So everybody has seen the Arlington, it's called an Anybody.
It's actually called the Frankenstein covers, right?
That's what a lot of guys call it. It's the concept is a good concept. The guy's out on a job and he's not sure what exactly he's going to need. That helps him get out of jail free, sort of. But it's not very conventional looking, for sure. It's shiny. It doesn't. A lot of people don't like to look at it. So what we did is we came out with this product. We have 3 sizes: a 1 inch, a 3/4 inch, and a 1/2 inch. The 1 inch has inside the body has 3/4 inch reducers. So if he's not sure what his application is going to be, he could have a 1 inch body, okay, which enables him to do 1 inch applications and 3/4 inch. The same thing's true for the 3/4 inside is a 1/2 inch reducer, so he can do 3/4 applications and 1/2 inch, and then the 1/2 inch is just straight 1/2 inch. But you can do all the various, LBs, LRs, LLs, T's, C's, do the whole thing, and when it's put together, it looks like much more like a standard conduit body than the Arlington Anybody does. So with that, that's really all I have to show you today. All this stuff, if you need samples, don't hesitate to ask Eddie. The best way to show this stuff, or the best way to have success with this, is really we need to get in front of the contractor. And the people we need to get in front of on the contractor are, the estimators and the project managers and the foremen of jobs. That's where we've had our greatest success, especially with the Stab-It product and the Grand Slam boxes. So, with
Questions, fire away. You can make fun of my weight, my hair. Fire away, guys. Pretty quiet out there. All right. Well, I don't think we have any questions. Guys, thank you again for the time.
Thanks very much.